Okay, so remember our objective was to understand how dividing or multiplying our divisor and dividend by the same multiple of 10 is going to help us with our quotient. Here's what that means. Equivalent expressions will share common multiples. For example, I can see 400 divided by 20, that equals 20. An equivalent expression is going to take 400 divided by 20, and it's going to either multiply or divide both the dividend and the divisor by the same power of 10. So for example, from 400 to 40, well, that dividend was divided by 10. In order to get the same quotient, I would also need to divide my divisor by 10, and I can see that that's true. 20 divided by 10 is 2. From 400 to 4, I've divided by 100. Therefore, I would also need to divide my divisor by 100, which is a multiple of 10, in order to get the same quotient of 20. 20 divided by 100 is going to be 0.2 or 2 tenths. And the same goes for the final example here. 400 divided by 1000 is 0.4. Therefore, I would need to divide my 20 by the same multiple, by the same 1000. Okay, and it's going to give me 0.02. That will also result in a quotient of 20. I'd like you to pause here, and I would like you to fill in the missing digits that you can see on each of these expressions. This one here and this one here. There are some digits missing. Pause, and then I'll reveal the answer. So hopefully you've seen a pattern here. Each of these expressions was getting either bigger or smaller by a multiple of 10. So for my quotient to continue to be 20, I would need to multiply the 400 by the same multiple of 10. In this case, I'm going to multiply by 10. So 400 times 10 is 4,000. And then 200 times 10, 20 times 10 is 200. Moving down, I'm dividing by 10 going down. So 0.4 divided by 10 is going to be 0.04. In order to get my equivalent quotient of 20, I'll also have to divide my divisor by the same multiple, which is 10 in our case, so 0.002. Taking a look, press pause right here, and I would like you to try these on your own. So which of these expressions will give an equivalent quotient to 360 divided by 60? Using my knowledge that we're learning right now, if I multiply or divide the dividend and divisor by the same power of 10, that will give me the same quotient. So I'm going to check that. 3,600. Well, I can see that my dividend's been increased 10 times. From 360 to 3,600 is an increase of 10 times. That means my dividend, my divisor here, will also have to be increased 10 times. Let's check. From 60 to 600. That's also an increase of 10 times. So therefore, I will also give me the same answer. Let's take a look at B. I'm looking for a dividend and divisor to have increased or decreased by the same multiple of 10. 360 to 3.6. I can see I've divided by 100. My 60 has stayed the same, so it's not going to give me the same result. 0.36. Well, let's check it. 0.36, I can see my digits have moved to the right of the decimal place. And so I'm dividing by 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, my mistake, 3. So we divided by 1,000 for 0.36. Now we would need to see that 0.60 has also been divided by 1,000. 1, 2, 3. And no, that's not going to be the same, because dividing 60 by 1,000 is going to give me 0.06. That is not the same. 36,000 divided by 6,000. Let's see what was increased. 360 to 36,000. I can see it's been increased 100 times. And if my 60 has also been increased by 100 times to 6,000, then it will give me the same expression. If you would like to check your answers, now is the only time you may use a calculator to do that. Your final section, I'd like you to upload to Google Classroom for me, please. Write 3 expressions equivalent to 2,400 divided by 200.